Hey guys, how's it going? Anthony Muthurajah back with a new video lesson for you all. Yes, I brought out the guitar this time because I want to talk about something that is very, very popular among guitar players and even bass players to many degrees. That is legato playing. Oftentimes you hear this word being thrown around a lot of times. When somebody says legato, this is what you usually expect to see and hear. No exaggeration. I mean, it's so misunderstood because legato for guitar players or bass players is when your left hand goes for a big run. And then you talk to any classical musician, piano player, clarinetist, or violinist, legato purely refers to the smoothness of your articulation. Otherwise, staccato, which basically means short notes, minus the delay, of course, would fail to exist without legato. Okay, so I want to talk about a few things I used to develop my sense of legato when I play. The same principles apply on the bass. It's just easier and more audible on the guitar. So I choose to... Oops. Perks of living in the desert. So I choose to demonstrate this on the guitar. Okay, so first things first, in terms of a sound, I like to have quite a bit of overdrive, but not too much. I roll off my volume quite a bit, and then I use a little bit of the tone knob. Okay, what that allows me is, it allows me to get quite a bit of momentum on one note, which can translate to 2, 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. Okay, and now I want to talk about the picking aspect of things, because people think you don't pick at all for legato. Legato should just be a focus on smoothness rather than how much you pick versus how much you hammer on and pull off. Okay, for instance, I want to use this one little shape that I like on the guitar. It's a 3-note per string, and I skip strings, so F, G, A, E, F, G, C, D, E, and come back down. Now, that sounds quite smooth. Now, just the left hand, you can hear the number of notes that are ringing out, and also it's less clean, and there's not enough gain in my sound for me to have the momentum. So what do a lot of guys do? They try to crank up the gain, and then they start running their left hand. Instead of doing that, try to focus on the sound you get on one string before you even move forward. I pick once and I hammer on 2 notes. And then you can do the opposite. And then I'm skipping. Hopefully being able to consistently maintain the momentum. Backwards. Now when I'm doing it backwards, you notice I'm picking twice because I don't have enough strength to always pull off every note in a descending manner. Or maybe I do, I don't know. But I feel like when you do this, the articulation becomes as opposed to, because at the end of the day you want a clarity in rhythm. You don't want to just wobble away and then because it sounds smooth as legato. No, you still need rhythmic clarity. Okay, so you still need to pick your notes, but don't dig into the notes, rather pick with enough momentum. Sometimes I use my middle finger on the guitar. Okay, so I pick a lot. Even if I do something like, let's say, I'm picking quite a fair bit, not alternate picking, but what you're not hearing is this. That is alternate picking and just really digging into every note. But I pick with just enough attack to allow the left hand to carry most of the notes and the momentum of those notes and the sound and the context of whatever I'm trying to do. So when you're playing any kind of melody, okay, so one of the key components for me, this particularly applies on the bass, because on the bass I tend to use these kind of phrases where I go, actually I can't even do it on the guitar, that's funny, because it's hard to control the ring of fourths. I don't know how Frank Gambari does that shit. So I use enough momentum, use the left hand to push the notes forward. But at any point, if I feel like the momentum's dying or I feel like I'm not able to control it, I pick again, maybe once, twice, maybe for a continuous number of notes before I let go and then let the left hand carry it. Okay? Don't sit down in isolation just going, hoping that would build your legato. No, legato is smoothness. Think of the sound and then play your scales. Play all your scales. Be relaxed with the picking hand. Don't use too much gain. Roll off the volume. Use some tone, because without the tone, it's too dark. You don't get much. And quite dirty. You roll up just enough. And another thing you'll notice is I pick quite close to the neck on the guitar when I'm playing legato. Okay, so the reason I wanted to do this lesson, particularly on the guitar, like I mentioned, is you can hear the differences in touch when something is a little overboard versus something being underwhelming. Okay, so anytime you come across legato technique or this or that on a video or a lesson, really consider how legato refers to sound first and how the sound dictates your technique. Okay, so I hope you get something out of this, and I'll see you guys in the shed until the next one. Peace.